I'm Frank Beck. I used to be Franz Beck, and I was born in Vienna. And I was just 8 years old when all this began to happen. My father was very clever. He left Vienna before the Anschluss and went to France. But it wasn't that clever because 5 years later, he was caught up in the thing and sent back and killed in Auschwitz. In the meantime, we were in Vienna, and as soon as the Kristallnacht had occurred, my mother took me soon after that, to the railway station in Vienna to put me on a Kindertransport. However, when they got there and they put me on the train and they looked at the documentation and they found the documentation was incomplete. So I was taken off, to my great relief, back to live with Grandma for the next 3 months, and I stayed indoors for 3 months. I stayed for 3 months indoors, and a young Jewish boy came in and gave me English lessons so that I could acclimatize better. In the end, my mother got a permit to come to England as a domestic servant, and I was put on the list of 10,000 children who were part of the Kindertransport arrangement and were allowed into England. My mother took me to England on a train, the same train that the Kinder came on, to Liverpool Street, to the Harwich, the Hook of Holland, Harwich and Liverpool Street, and brought me to England. She went into domestic service in the English countryside and put me into the hostel with the refugee children. I was evacuated with other children to the country for safety, where I learned English by total immersion very quickly and forgot German. And we spent a war in England in great safety, except that we heard that my father had not managed to survive in France and he had been arrested and sent to Auschwitz and killed. And after the war we recovered normally, but it wasn't for many years that I realized the enormity of what had been going on in Germany. Although I had lost my father in it, I didn't realize quite what a terrible thing was happening there. And I think that is characteristic. For the next 20 years, many people didn't know.